could do this from a guard pull, but it'll be any time that I'm in open guard here, in like this collar sleeve position. Okay.
Grab that key.
All right. So feet on hips is fine. All right. I have the collar and the sleeve. I'm going to switch to the heel here. All right. I like the heel for this. You could use the pant grip. For this, I do prefer the heel because I'm not doing much with it. I'm going to get her down as soon as possible. So my feet are on her hips. I'm going to lift, turn to the side. Here. Swing the leg to this spot. Okay. So I have that De La Riva hook. Try to get that ball of my foot towards her waist. Okay. Not just my toes in behind her knee because she's just going to push this leg out. Okay. Here, turn my knee. So it's more straight up and down. My foot's on her hip. Okay. I'm going to work to push this leg out as soon as I can. And I'm going to go to my left hip. So I'm going to push. And I'm going to dive this arm as deep as I can, almost elbow deep around her heel. So I'm going to push, hug. And this leg is tight on her, inside of her thigh towards her hip. Okay. And I'll show you from a couple angles. So wrap here, foot drops to the floor. And then now I have something to push with. I'm going to pull this grip and lean onto my shoulder to take her down. And I come up here and hold. Okay. Now, I don't just slide here because I'm giving her an underhook. Okay. So I don't want her to come up. So I'm going to turn this into a knee slice pass. So here to there, right? Hug. As I push out, I'm going to go deeper. Here. She's already falling. Here. Here. Okay? Keep this leg. Now, start to work my elbow in to the shoulder. Now I have the underhook. Pass. Okay? Finish in side control. Does that make sense? I'll do it. So here, hip, swing. So I have my hook, hug in the heel. I'm going to push out, and then I'm going to hug and go to the side. Pull. Here. So holding here, drop that elbow to the hip, get that underhook, and then she's going to be using this leg to frame, or I'm sorry, this arm to frame, right? Inside out is ideal. Knee down. Pass. Does that make sense? So that would be like what you would use for a berimbolo entry or something a lot of times. I don't need to keep rolling through, I can just come up. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? Cross collar and heel. Good? All right, try it. 1, 2, 3. So I could be in here, right? My De La Riva hook here, right? I have either the hand here or she's got hand inside position. As she tries to retract her arm, right? Or maybe she makes a grip on my collar, I don't care. I switch, break, okay? Heel, okay? I'm gonna hold here. Immediately I push out, here, okay? So from this, I'm tight on her thigh, I don't take my foot off, okay? Here, I'm sitting almost on her foot with my De La Riva hook. I'm gonna swing and come around behind her, okay? So this foot's gonna go all the way across to where my right foot is, okay? So I'm gonna come out, here, okay? Now I take this one off, still holding, and I circle behind her knee. So now I have her back, okay? So I'm holding this, I'm gonna let go and grab the skirt of her gi or her belt, okay? For now, I'll just grab the skirt. Here. Here. Get my hooks. Okay? She's got shorter legs, so I'm kind of maximizing the travel of yours. All right, so here, right, I'm gonna make a grip switch. I can break. Anytime I get this cross grip, then I get the heel. I'm gonna push on the outside of the, or inside of the thigh here, and I'm gonna swing this leg. So right hip to left hip. So I'm currently kind of on my right hip. Big swing to my left hip to hook that leg. Here. Okay? And I'm grabbing. Pulling here. Don't go here because now my hands are crossed up. Here. Okay? Now, behind her, grab the skirt or the belt. Pull. Here. Yes, I'm not launching her. I'm pulling her back. So I get both hooks here. I get some sort of control. There's nowhere for her to go. So instead of kicking her out, pulling her onto my knees, setting her down. I still have her belt or the skirt of her gi here and this sleeve. There's nowhere for her to go. If she tries to move or spin, right? I have inside hooks on her thigh, her legs too. Here, here, here. Okay. Does that make sense? So don't just launch her out. I want her to fall in this pocket right inside my thighs so that I'm basically in control. Okay? If they run, like some of these really, Madison, like I'll end up climbing his back as he runs. Right? He'll get on all fours and try to take off. A lot of times I'll either grab his free leg. There's different ways that we can adjust for that. But what ends up happening, I get his back either way. Okay? Most of the time I pull it just like that. But sometimes if he starts to get away, I still get his back. He can't turn because of the controls you end up having. You kind of have either the back and a sleeve, or sometimes I'll have his far side ankle, right? Once I'm back there, I get different grips. Opposite controls, there's nowhere for him to go. Does that make sense? He can't really turn because I'm controlling both sides. Does that make sense? One more time. So, and then here, and make the grip switch, right? Break, push. Big swing, right? And come from my right hip to my left. Here, okay? This, I circle behind her knee. Now, I just make a reach for the skirt of her gi. Here, she's gone. Okay? Grab. Okay? And you should be able to do it that slow. You can do it quicker when you get more comfortable with it. Right? What you don't want to do, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to shoot her forward, and her butt's going to be so far away from me, it's just not going to work. So if I kick, she turns. All right? She's not inside my thighs anymore. Does that make sense? The other thing that happens is if you try to like kick them up in the air, the head comes back and hits you in the face. All right? I've definitely seen that before. It's no good. All right, try it. 1, 2, 3.